Hey, it's Reigning Supreme, the Dog Queen. Welcome back to my channel. And so, before we get into it, you like my new background doll for the month? Since it's October, this is my Halloween Torlai. So, because Torlai possesses almost all the colors for Halloween, so I was like, we're gonna do a Torlai Halloween doll. She looks great. It's very, very fun. So this base doll is her Series 2 Buried Secrets with Hisfits for this little base romper and little shoulder pads. And then I have her Hisfits gloves and then neon frights for the little bag and boots. And then this is the microphone that came with her core doll. Then this earring came with her Buried Secrets doll. Then this belt and this earring came from Claudine's Fashion Studio playset, and then this headband came from Fancy Laguna. So she's a little mismatch to give you the Halloween experience with the orange, the purple, and the green. And of course, black. So yeah, just wanted to point her out here since this is the first video that she's in. She's going to be in all the October videos, which includes the entirety of this week's Winx week. Yes, yes. I was finally able to find these dolls. So we're starting off with Stella because we're going from who I like the least to who I like the most. So unfortunately, Stella is the one I like the least. And you might be like, why? Because, you know, yellow, orange, like that's right up my alley. I don't know. The other designs and characters I am more connected to for this iteration than Stella. I didn't think that she's a fine character and she's entertaining in the show, but like she's not my fave. Design-wise, I like what she has to offer, but you know, there's a few things that I'm not a big fan of, so she just kind of ends up at the bottom here. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get into the packaging. So it's supposed to look like half of like a wing shape. So you can see like this part becomes like a little wing. And then we have some embossed swirls in the plastic to like coincide with these little swirls that we see here. And this trim is all this like hot pink color, and it's supposed to look like it's glittery, but it's not glittery. Which is fine, it's cute. And then each character has their own symbol. So up here in the corner, we see stars and then little stars right here. And then on the bottom, we have everything else. So Winx Club, their new logo, watching Netflix. I watched all 13 episodes that they have to offer. There's going to be 13 more episodes next year, but for now, there's only 13. And I thought it was fine. Is it better than the original show? Not even close. Is it better than seasons 2, 3, and 4? No. But it is, I would say, better than seasons 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it's not awful, but it's not, you know, up there either. It's kind of just in limbo of okay. But the fairy designs themselves, I actually quite like. Like, I didn't have a big problem with them. People were like, oh, they're too over like designed or whatever, which maybe, but I don't know, I'm a maximalist, so I like it. And then here we just have Stella's render from the show, which she looks a lot better as a fairy in the show than her like everyday outfit. Her everyday outfit is ass, not gonna lie. So yeah, that's her signature. And then Fairy of the Sun and Moon. Then you can see Playmates right here are the ones that are handling this doll line this time. Because in the US, it were originally Playmates, not Playmates, originally Mattel, which people love those dolls, but I don't know, they kind of look like pugs in my opinion. Their faces look weird. Like this, maybe it looks weird. I don't know, I'm kind of already used to it, but this looks very accurate to the show versus, you know, the Mattel ones and the later on US released Jakks Pacific dolls that both didn't really look like the show. So I think these are the best when it comes to show accuracy. But Playmates, I only have one other doll line from them, but I know that they've done like 2003 Strawberry Shortcake, and then they did the Disney Fairies as well at one point. Or at least they made like a doll or two for Disney Fairies, which I don't have either of those. And then they've done like their own in-house stuff in the 90s and before, so like I don't really have any of that either. So these are kind of like this is my second Playmates doll line, because I mainly know Playmates for their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff. But yeah. Oh yeah, and each character has their own like swirl color background. For Stella, it's blue and yellow, of course, for the sun and moon. And then on the back, it says, "The magic is back. Join the Winx Club for a magical journey full of friendship, fairy powers, and stylish adventures." And then it shows all 6 characters here in their renders for the show. So we have Bloom, Musa, Aisha, Tekna, Stella, and Flora, which I guess I can explain it here. These are released at Target currently, but in the spring of next year, probably around January, they're going, that's speculation, but I know they're coming next year to the rest of the retailers, being like Amazon and Walmart. So what Target did is we have Bloom, Flora, Stella, and Aisha that are available on store shelves and online, and then Musa and Tekna that are only available online, which sucks because these two I'm really excited about. So currently they have not arrived yet, but I have ordered them, but they will be here in time for me getting through the other 4's reviews, and will be a part of the Winx week. Do not worry, you do not have to wait for those two. But there is Stella's barcode if you want it. So now we can go ahead and unbox this bitch. Okay, I have now gotten her out, and let me just say that is really easy packaging. After opening up the little blister pack thing, there was just little kerjinkers right here, and then one on each leg and around the neck, and that was it. There is 0 stapled into the head, which is fantastic, and I love that. And there was also the little plastic strip across the hair that was sewn, you know, that My Little Pony used to do a lot. So yeah, super easy packaging. Love that. So as for Miss Squirrel, this is all she comes with. No like pamphlet that, you know, the TMNT figures would usually come with. No brush, no stand, no purse, no nothing. This is it, just the doll. Which is interesting. Do I care? No, not really, because this is exactly what I would want. So I guess we will start off with the face. So she is like screen, like UV printed, so you can see a little bit of pixelation on her eyes right there. It's kind of hard to pick up, but it is there. It's like done the same way as what was the brand that kind of had this style? I think it's like Magic Mixies, the Magic Mixies, or the Unicorn Academy, like that kind of style where it's like extra glossy. I don't know, it doesn't look bad to me. I've seen worse. And that is her forehead region, but it is covered by these bangs, which are rough, but we'll get into that. So her makeup is yellow eyeshadow with a little bit of like a glittery pink. And then she has brown eyes with some yellow in there as well. And then some just basic pink lips. So her profile looks like she looks fine. Exactly how she should. And then for her hair, it is just blonde hair, which the bangs don't have any gel in them. They're just laying flat on their own, which I think is pretty cool. But look at the shape of them. Like, what the fuck is this? In the show, I can tell you that she has V-point bangs like Draculaura. But here, they cut it to where it, like, frames her eyebrows, and it's really weird. So personally, I'm going to be following this line and kind of just cutting a little further. So cutting like those little tips off at the end so it creates the correct bang shape. That's how I see fit to fix this. Or you could follow this line and make it like a high-low bang. I don't know. And then the rest of the hair, we have like 2 twists going around here on the sides that just kind of frame the back of her hair. And she is supposed to have a headband in the show, but the doll does not have a headband, so I'm just gonna get an orange ribbon and just tie it around here and call it a day. But her hair is nylon. It's a really nice nylon. It feels super soft, has 0 like product in it. Like I don't really need to do anything with it. But I still like to wash doll hair anyway. So yeah, I feel like I don't need to do anything to it. It's like perfect right out of the box, which is crazy. Like usually that, I don't say that at all. Great hair. Then she has tinsel, and it's like a green to pink reflective tinsel, which is an interesting choice. I would have thought that she would have had more of a gold tinsel, but this works just fine. And her hair goes down to her knees. Pretty nice and long. And then when we look at her wings, because her wings, that's a big selling point, we have this like, I don't know, matte plastic that you could break it, but it's like pretty durable for like play. And we have her design on it. With her wing design is so pretty with the little sun pattern going out here, which has gold glitter on it. And then we just have some pink going across there. And then the wing itself is blue plastic, which is pretty cool. And then on the back, I think the back is prettier, in my opinion. We see like the orange, like the dark, like reddish orange from the sun right there with the glitter from the other side peeking through. Stunning. Love the wings. And they just have like a little yellow like attachment with the W's right here. And as you can see, they have like gear systems, so you can actually flap the wings if you move forward and back, which I think is so fun. That's definitely really cool for the kids. Love that. And then to remove the wings, you can move the hair and then just unplug. And it is a W peg versus the X peg that we saw with Jack Pacific. So yeah, and it just plugs in back there. Super fun, love that. And then rooting wise, she's very well rooted. She has a lot of rows of hair. And if you were to put it up in like a ponytail or something, it would be fairly thick, like I don't know, decent amount for the head size. But then when it comes to her outfit, we have like this redder tinted orange, like I want to say satin, but it's not. It has like the shininess of a satin, but is I don't know, a little like matte feeling. It's hard to describe, but we have these thicker straps right here that are simplified. These, all of them have like simplified versions of their fairy outfits because their fairy outfits were not designed well for dolls, not gonna lie. So we just have this little like laser cut piece, which I wish this part was hemmed, but it's not. But then we have these little thick straps that they're supposed to be 4 straps, but are just 2 on the doll, and they just go all the way back. And then we have this orange metallic fabric that I can guarantee you, like this is the type of fabric that will fray, or not fray, that will flake off. So that's great. But that's what it looks like underneath. we have little like shoulder pad looking pieces made out of that, and then also a trim down here, and this little wave shape, which I realized after watching the show that this little like wave shape is supposed to be like a crescent moon, like half of it, and then the sun comes in through her wings, so she has the sun and the moon, which I think is so cute. Yeah, then we have her skirt, which we have the same like weird satiny material, but isn't really satin. That's orange with some yellow stripes, and then the rest of the skirt is like slightly ruffled, like metallic bits, which you can see the material underneath. It's not the best, but for now it's gonna be fine. But I don't know, for what it is, I like it. And then for her shoes, we just have these yellow calf-high boots that have some pink star lining on them, and then silver glitter all over them. And this is a yikes, in my opinion. I think glittery shoes is always fun, but it's better to mix the glitter into the plastic versus putting it over, because as you can see, it will come off very easily, which is why this doll line, like these dolls specifically, aren't in Europe. A different company's handling them, so they're allowed to do stuff like this, because in Europe, having loose glitter like this is against the law over there, which I think it should be here too, because it's not really great for the environment. But, you know, America doesn't give a shit about environment as long as they can sell products. Love. But her boots are supposed to be thigh highs in the show, and are supposed to have a gradient from yellow to orange to pink, which I think is really pretty, but they just ditched that here, which is a little sad, but it's okay, I guess, because I do understand that they wanted to have the posability here, so fabric boots would have been like the only way to get that, but you know, fabric boots are kind of expensive and difficult to do on a mass-produced scale, so this was like their compromise, which I totally get, but I think what I'm going to do is add like some orange like socks or something for the rest of the way, or boot covers. I'm not sure, but I need to find the fabric first. Then when it comes to her articulation, she has a ball joint at the head, which is a little stiff. Maybe the other characters are better, but hers is very stiff, actually. And she has a hard head, if you want to know. But yeah, it's just, you can technically get that rotation, but it's not staying. She's very static in that, which is unfortunate. And then she has a little ball joint at the shoulder right here, and you can hear the ratchet joint of it, so it can stay in place better. And then she has a hip joint, ball jointed hip, which can't go out very far, unfortunately, but can go all the way up, but it will like sink back down a little bit. So not the best right there. And then she does have knee articulation, a hinge and swivel there, but I'm having a tough time bending the knee. So I'm gonna need to heat up the leg joints to loosen them. So this is a pretty tight body, and I think a kid would accidentally snap the legs off if this is how it is on all the dolls. We'll see, but not great. So yeah, that is Miss Stella. And the other dolls that I have from Playmates are the Miraculous dolls. I have 5 of them. So I can already tell you the materials used here are definitely a step up from these printed, like super cheap materials that were not hemmed at all. Like there's at least a little bit of hemming going on here. And there's different, like 2 different materials versus this one singular material for it all. And then this character, what is her name? Vesperia. Vesperia having painted shoes was a rarity. While here, I think every single character has painted shoes, and Stella is actually one of the ones that has the least painted detail. So that's also good. And these dolls used polypropylene hair that was heavily gelled, while these ones use nylon. So already these I'm liking a lot more than these ones. But these ones, I think, yeah, these ones have clear screenings, while these ones are pixelated just a little bit. So yeah, and these aren't like available in America anymore. They have swapped to a new style of Miraculous doll, like still made by Playmates, but like kind of a soft reboot with the season 6, where we've only gotten Marinette, and she only has articulation in the thighs, knees, and shoulders now. So we lost the elbow joint, which kind of sucks. They have like the same articulation as these dolls. And I don't know if the new ones have nylon hair, but the ones that I have all have polypropylene, which isn't great. And then if we're comparing it to a Buried Secrets doll, you can see the pixelation going on here, where it doesn't look bad on either of them, but like catching the light and stuff, the Winx dolls are definitely a lot better with that versus the Buried Secrets dolls. Yeah, but you can see their pixelation for both of them if you look closely. Then for articulation, and for clothing quality and hair quality, Winx has got Buried Secrets beat. And why I bring that up is that these dolls retail for $17.99, so $18, and Buried Secrets is 16 something, which ends up being like around $17. So for $1 more with these ones, you get more articulation, nylon hair, and like multiple material 2-piece outfits, versus with those you get a 1-piece outfit and like big plastic accessories that are pixelated, versus these that come with wings that are nice and durable and actually flap. So I think if you're gonna go for a like $18 doll around that range, I think that if you can spend $2 more, MGA will have you covered with some great dolls like the Powerpuff Girls and like some others. Actually, they're a little more expensive now. Okay, yeah, then for $18, these are definitely your best purchase, because it's not Barbie, it's not Monster High, it's these. So I think these are definitely the best doll on the market for their price point. But these are cool. I am very excited to open up the rest of them. So, yeah. And I forgot to show y'all, I made my own character card. So you can see the thigh-high boots. Like, this is what the outfit looks like, kind of. Oh, so she's also missing a choker. Okay, I can also use the ribbon to give her a choker, but she doesn't really have a lot of neck space, so I don't know. She also does not have pierced ears, but I mean, these also didn't have earrings. So yeah, and then I made like their little bios from the website. Very fun. But yeah, I'm excited to open the rest of these. These are very much worth it, with the doll climate going on right now. And I hope to see their casual outfits, because besides Stella, the other 5 have really cute casual outfits that I think I like more than the fairy forms. So I hope for next year we get some casual outfits as well, because they're very cute. And some like casual to fairy transformation dolls as well too. So from me, I grant you a glorious fantabulous day. Toodles!